Hi everyone, I'm Tom Stannard and it's a great pleasure of mine to be both Chief Executive of the City Council here in Salford and also the place-based lead for health and care integration here in the City of Salford. This month we celebrate 75 years of the National Health Service, one of this country's most valued institutions and for many of us a vital part of our lives. Here in Salford we're very proud to have the Salford Royal Hospital, which acts as a key point of contact with the NHS for many. But the hospital is only one part of that wide range of health and care services that our NHS provide day in and day out. Officially established from the 5th of July back in 1948 and born out of that collective response to the damage of the Second World War, the NHS is now a fundamental part of British society, providing care and compassion in times when we need it most. From its foundation, the NHS's three major principles continue right through to this very day, and that is, firstly, that services are provided free at the point of use, with only a few exceptions to that rule. Secondly, services are financed by central taxation. And thirdly, everyone is eligible for care. And it's almost impossible, I think, to imagine this country without the NHS, and every one of us has our own experiences of using the NHS, and that includes me. Back in the late 1990s, my mother was a breast cancer survivor, and she has the NHS in the Royal Marsden Hospital in London to thank for her survival through that experience. My own experience as a parent of NHS maternity services when my children were born was another one of those really valuable and memorable experiences. And very recently, my stepmother had an experience with neurosurgery down in the hospital in Southampton. And that was a very live experience for us as a family, but provided a really, really strong testimony to the level of care and personal experience that the NHS can bring to bear on our lives as a family. And throughout its 75 years, the NHS has faced a number of challenges. Of course, some of the most unprecedented of those have been only recently within our lifetimes. The response to the COVID-19 pandemic made it completely clear what an important role the NHS plays in everyone's lives and really showed how much we all depend on the work of our colleagues in the NHS and the care system to support our friends and family through the most difficult of those circumstances during the pandemic. All of these superheroes in Salford work around the clock every day of the year, and we cannot thank them enough for what they do for our communities across the city. They have care and compassion for people who need it, and they certainly have and demonstrate through their working lives the true spirit of Salford. So I would just like to say a big personal thank you to every one of the NHS members of staff who have done or who are currently supporting this great institution. And it's a great time for us to celebrate it, but it's also a really important time, I think, to reflect on how essential the NHS is for all of us. Here's to many, many more years of our extraordinary NHS. Thank you all.